Guys, so because I didn't even believe it, I'm actually creating a video. Look, fingerprint, this is Chime. Here it is. Earn money, play games, get paid. Get paid for the things you already do online through Cash Kick. Chime members can earn up to $500 in their first month. Cash out for as low as $10. This is legitimately through the Chime app, y'all. Okay, it's legit. It's legit. I know I'm broken side of here, but don't mind me because I am making money. Putting it in other accounts because I don't like cash. I'm putting it into accounts like GlintPay. And if you don't know what GlintPay is gold. Well, once they put my little fingerprint in. GlintPay is gold. And you put your money inside of gold. Buy gold, right? It's going into crypto, which I'm not going to show you my actual crypto account there. But I can show you this one. You switch it out and you flip it. I really don't want to show you that, but you just flip it and switch it into whatever other account. That's what I like to do because I am a person that likes to diversify all my crap. So I bought gold with this person, bought gold with that person. I've bought gold from like 5, 10, 15, 20 different people, okay? Buying my gold. So yes, it's crazy. But it's a rebate. I like rebates. You like rebates. We all like rebates. And that's what Social Good technically is, a rebate app. Now, what I have plans on doing is buying it, getting my $200, maybe referring friends. They get $200. I make $800. I referred so many people for this app, right? Make money, $800 cash, withdraw, delete my account, or you can keep it because essentially over 10 years, yes, you will make quite a bit of money. Withdraw it from my account, take this beautiful number, withdraw it out, or you can do it over a certain period of time. Anyways, and then after sell it, what do I do after I sell it again? Oh yeah, because they have a buyback thing. They buy it back. Clearly, they've been buying it back, as you can tell. Anyways, and yes, I did receive my little $100. But yeah, buy it back. They're buying back. I'm selling it. I get my cash. I take my cash. I buy assets like some of the ones that I was talking to you about. So let's go back here. Let's go to my rebuild account. I buy assets like XFi. I buy assets like SFI. I buy assets like GBEX. As you see, 20 billion or $20 gave me $1 billion. I buy assets like Plugin, Decentralized. I buy assets like Xenium, which this is gold essentially. Xenium XXA. I buy assets like XRP. As you see, I have $15. I need to bring that to about 20. Sologenic, Xgold, which this is on XRP's chain. Polka Gold, which if you read the white paper that I just read, which we can go through it and I'll do a deep dive into it, you'll understand that. Let's actually go there. Let's go there because I'm feeling it right now. Unit contract. I don't really care about the contract portion right now. I care about the white paper. White paper. And at first, yes, I'm like, it's too good to be true. Do I care if it's too good to be true? Yes. Do I think it's too good to be true? No. Okay. A unit fractional monetary ecosystem includes, and as you can see, it goes through via any open payment clear system. Why is this so important and why am I going over the unit contract system? Because it is 40% backed by gold. It's something, and supranational loans, meaning countries making loans, okay? And it was defined by Mandelbrot. And you see the 400 40% requirement is what it has to be backed by, this unit, which is a crypto. And physical gold holding. And if you notice, like if you read it, it literally goes into the Bretton Woods, which if you don't know anything about Bretton Woods, but it literally talks about Bretton Woods inside of this paper. So that's how I know that this is legitimate. But yeah, buying stuff like this while I still can, because I live in America. Supposed to be the land of free. Anyway, and I buy assets like this, which is risk management, which is kind of like backing it. And I'll go into the detail of that. It's just going to be a lot, so give me some time. And you see it says move SFI buyback to Bancor in exchange for LM rewards. They already have a buyback back in January of 2022 for SFI. SFI has 100,000 tokens, less than Bitcoin. Okay. I love going to the buyback portions. Anyway, I look at those. I look at what other ones? And this one, you have that one. Oh yeah, this DeFi chain has US Treasury bonds on it, just like XRP does. Polkadot is the reserve for Algorand. P Gold is the reserve for Algorand and Polkadot. And if you do not know already, that's why there will only be 10 million that are produced at Genesis, and that's it. No moss. If you don't know, P Gold, Bitcoin are supposed to back the unit currency. What do I mean? Not P Gold, but Polkadot. If P Gold is the reserve currency for Polkadot and Algorand, right? Then it says Polkadot right here. Polkadot reserve digital commodity for Polkadot. And then whenever you go into it, it talks about Algorand and Polkadot and win-wins because it synergizes both of them. Okay. Now, knowing this right here, I actually took a little picture because I'm like doing so much freaking research, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god. Let's see, where is it? Okay, so it says gateway for blue chip cryptos. It has Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT, which is Polkadot, and seamlessly integrate and operate with unit network ecosystem. This is a part of the structure for the unit currency. Reserve assets, independent control, reserve assets, banks for wrapped cryptocurrencies. So if it's the reserve assets that are backing the unit reserve, just think. There are saying in this blue chip total supply in contract unit chain, total supply is 100 million. Sales supply, excuse me, I just belched. That was really nasty. Okay, so it literally shows Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, Matic, BNB, Cardano, Algorand, Near, Stellar, and Cosmos. For unit treasury, backing it. Why is this so important? Do you see this guy up here? That guy up there is the one who blew the whistle on looking up the unit white paper. When he said that inside of the YouTube video that I read, because I've been looking up, they've said the unit, but I didn't think the unit was the actual name of the cryptocurrency. And he says, go look it up on the internet, on the white paper. And it's in this video, because that's why I was looking it up while I was and took a screenshot. That person right there is Andy Schectman. He was talking on Kitco with, let me go back to my YouTube because this was recent. Cancel, maybe? Yeah, no, not cancel. I guess cancel. Dang it. Okay, let's come out of here. I'm gonna repost it, so. And then if you don't look at these guys, they're pretty incredible. I'm going to go back to my history really quick. Okay, right here, Kitco News. You see he's wearing the same hat? A new phase of global monetary reset coming in October. SX. This was 2 weeks ago, and they're talking about the BRICS and what it means for the U.S. dollar.
And the fact that every central bank is stacking so fiercely shows us that
this is the video.
They're gearing up for this reset coming up in October. There will be so much turmoil during this transition, as our friend Ray Dalio.
But what I'm trying to say, like, I legitimately want to help somebody. Like, I want you to have as great success as you possibly can have. This is crazy. Like, it's beyond crazy. I want you to succeed. And I don't know if I can pull it up through here. They talk about the Goldback. There it is. HTTP www.goldback.com, which I have that, clearly. And BRICS Plus. They're talking about BRICS Plus. I don't know if it'll show. Because it was very slow, like, very quick is what I should say. So it wouldn't be like a whole piece. They just made mention of it. So now I'm hopefully downloading the transcript and you can see it for yourself in here. But this guy right here, if you don't know who he is, this is Andy Schectman talking with Mallory McCory, lead anchor at Kitco News. Okay. This is a huge deal. Okay. He's talking about, let's scroll through and see if I can talk about the BRICS Summit in October the 14th. Buying gold. He's talking about central banks right here. Central banks. I don't know if it's going to let me write while I'm doing this, but central banks buying gold. And they've been buying gold at record levels. He's talking about the IMF, 58%, lowest in 25 years. So the BRICS meeting is a very significant step to bearification global monetary system. So I'm going to click out of that again, scroll through some more. What else are they talking about right here? He says Bretton Woods 1944 agreement, the militia, global monetary system, and then let's scroll some more because I'm just kind of trying to get to like the highlights. Talks about the cycles, and see right here he talks about sovereign nations and base metals and money right there. Okay, he talks about bonds and devaluating right there. And then scroll through some more. Let's see. Because I'm like, okay, look right here. He talks about J.P. Morgan and Henry Ford. Okay, that's a big deal. Scrolling through. Now he's talking about JP Morgan again, which is Chase. He's talking about the US dollar terms and petrodollar. And then let's click out of here. Now he's talking about the Saudi Arabia agreement. Oh my gosh, it's just like the Saudi Arabia agreement. At the point when you lose the gold backing. Reverse to Kissinger. NATO's mentioned in the United Nations. Venezuela. U.S. government, military. And then he goes on to say oil is for 1 gram. Pretty much that they're saying that they'd rather, instead of trading in the U.S. dollar, they'd rather have 1 gram of gold for every barrel of oil. Literally states it right there, okay? So let's keep moving. I'm trying to find where it says unit dollar because, like, I want you to be able... I like to verify. He talks about the U.S. Treasury. Gold leaf. Silver. Central banks. Stacking.
While Trump is looking out for billionaires...
You're rich as hell. We're going to give you back...
Talks about the Saudis. 160 tons of gold. Switzerland. Now this is what's interesting. Everybody, whenever they think of the World Gold Council, first of all, you have to understand, he is in gold industry. He literally is the CEO of Franklin Miles, which is a gold depository. Okay. So he talks about, that means he is also a member of the committee of the World Gold Council, more than likely. There is a high percentage that he is a part of the World Gold Council, and he's also talking about crypto. Okay, so then he says, right here it is, about at 27 minutes in, he says BRICS-backed unit currency right here, okay? When he said this in the video, I practically freaked because I'm like, okay. Like, first of all, I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's see if I can click into it. And it's...
Kamala Harris is looking out for you.
As president, I will lower the cost of everyday needs like health care and housing and groceries.
Did you know that you can get permanent teeth in just 24 hours? What? Say goodbye to...
The other side of it is they're using it as a hedge against being sanctioned. And the fact that every central bank is stacking so fiercely shows us that they're gearing up for this reset coming up in October. We don't know what the value will be, but there are...
We know emerging economies, they're seeking greater financial autonomy, protection from dollar weaponization, as we've just covered. And depending on how successful they are, I mean, this is what could lead to that multipolar economic world. So let's break down what we're expecting to see at this meeting. This unit system, which aims to create an alternative to the dollar-dominated global financial system. What do we know about the unit?
Before I do that, let me just interject one thing, because I picked it up in the thread you just said, that one distinction, however, with China and let's say India is they actually tell their people to stack gold and silver.
Sorry, whoops.
They do
John
it.
Forrest, not
the other guy.
So,
because any regime that's been stung in the past understands that during the tough times, gold steps up. So that's a big distinction in the West. You just won't, if you were to just go to a Target or a mall and talk to 100 randos, none of them would say they don't know anything about gold, because there's been a media blackout here in the U.S. Now, getting back to your question of what to look for with this, the unit, the way I'm going based on how it's being advertised, because until then, I can go with nothing else. But we know they tested a transaction 2 or 3 business days ago with a purchase outside the U.S. dollar, a UAE transaction, buying oil through this minimal viable product, which is the unit system, the Unified New International Trade. They're calling IMBREG. It's set up through, if you download the white paper, it's set up through the Bank of International Settlements, the BIS. So it's,
So yeah, 24 minutes. He said Bank of America. And what is it? 24 minutes and... Because I was looking for that. And then he just stated it. So, because I was figured out I hadn't got there yet. So, the UAE, and then he states what the UAE stands for. And then he says the Unified New International Trade is what UNIT stands for. Which, let me see if I can... I'm trying to pull up the pin for it. There's like a pin. There we are. Okay, so Unified New International Trade. There's that part. He says the BIS, International Settlements. And then he says you can download the white paper, okay? I love white papers because that's all I do, okay? So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, what? Download white paper? Since when? And I freaked out. Okay, so let's see what and I'm sorry, I just called him, what's his name? Andy Schekman. This is Andy Schekman. This is John. So I mixed them up. That's my fault. I'll show you the other video after this one.
Is it a CBDC? Kind of, but everything's digital. But it's, again, 40% backed by gold is a pretty hefty. If we did a system that was similar, 40% backed by gold, that's the Jim Rickards formula. He sets gold at $27,000 an ounce if we back him to money supply, 40% gold. If you do it all, he has the number north of $53,000. So I think it's...
If we do, you mean a full currency based on the...
Yeah, all of our, yes, the full money supply backed by what we say is our 8,000 tons of gold equals 263 million ounces, troy ounces. You just do the simple division and you're at $53,000 an ounce. And anyway, we can get into all those.
If we look at the M2 monetary is supply divided by the amount of gold that the U.S. owns, is how Rickards is arriving at that figure, according to you.
Is arriving at $27,000 an ounce.
Well, let's focus on what we can expect from the BRICS before we get into a potential sort of U.S. response here.
Okay.
So you've said that this unit could be backed by 40% gold, 60% to a basket of BRICS national currencies. Is that what we're learning? What are the details there?
Yeah, it's going to be local currencies based on, almost like when you buy a good in the United States, they charge the tax to wherever, what they say FOB, freight on board, wherever you pick up the goods. So if you have a refrigerator shipped from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, I pay the local tax, freight on board Pittsburgh. So they're going to use, I'm not sure if there's a lot of chatter that there's 159 countries lining up to be part of this system. And I think that's...
He's always like gold backs back there, because gold backs are in BRIC gold back unit. If you want to hedge that way.
Just an indication of the enthusiasm of people that are tired of... I remember once my dad said to me, I was talking about a fight at school, and he goes, John, there's always someone tougher. You can just Google the unit white paper. It's like WP.whitepaper. I can't remember the URL, but it's being sold as being apolitical. It's being sold as...
What a lot of people...
Okay, so I'm pausing that right now because I did Google the white paper, as you see, unit white paper. And this is the website, and this is the top portion that was being seen right there. And this is them talking about it, and I'm actually going to have this posted, as well as like I'll comment or something. That way you can have access to it. But this is what he was talking about there. And then Schekman, because that's John. sorry, I got them mixed up. Enbridge project.
U.S. avoid a debt crisis.
And as you heard,
and
you just heard what's his name state that the Enbridge project was a unit. What do you call it? The unit currency. So this actually states Enbridge inside of it.
Find that very interesting because the news of what's happening with the petrodollar and what we see happening in the digital asset
they believe is XRP. Not that that's wrong. XRP probably has some type of form of backing behind it somehow, some way. I'm trying to figure that out. But I do know what was stated on Kitco, which is the Enbridge project, which is the unit currency. That's the one that they're using. Now, is XRP the software that's underlying it? That is a grand possibility. So, you just heard him say Enbridge, and I'm gonna hit back here, go back here.
Ecosystem. It talks about token minting and unit nodes. It was designed by the BIS, or the Bank of International Settlement. So it looks like they've gone that far. Then and the key to having any new system is you have to have buy-in. And I would say
I'm gonna pause because I'm trying to find where he stated Enbridge so I can circle it so it's not like you don't think I'm making it up over here, okay? I don't want you to think, I want you to see it for yourself, okay? Was it 22 minutes in or something? BRICS Nation, 22 minutes. Alright, let's keep scrolling. Multipolar economic. UAE transaction was made. States. Back gold. M2 supply. So it makes sense that he's talking about an Enbridge system. If it's a bridge, that means it's bridging from another thing. So XRP could be a portion of that bridge. So just know that they are connected. Okay. Because Andy Schekman's in gold, and this guy is, I actually don't know, silver, but he would have to be renowned in some way in order to be on Kitco News, because why in God's name would they have somebody like that talking? They're just kind of telling portions of the story. This person's telling this side, and this person's telling that side, and you've got to be able to piece it both together. Okay, there's the white paper portion. Okay, where did he say Enbridge? I know I'm not crazy. I know I heard Enbridge over here. Okay, it says EM, but that just should say Enbridge, not Enbridge, okay? So I'm gonna just click it right there.
Hey everybody, this is John, and I'm here to talk to you about what's known as the expected move. If this is something that you've never heard of before, well, let me take about 30 seconds to explain it. 80% of the time, stocks move within a range that is expected and preordained. That's the kind of moment.
Explain what happened there and the significance of Project Enbridge here.
Yeah, Project Enbridge and the BRICS unit system represent significant developments in the global effort to diversify international trade and financial transactions away from U.S. dollar dominance. Enbridge focuses on creating sort of a multi-CBDC platform for cross-border payments. And the BRICS unit aims to establish a new reserve currency backed by a basket of BRICS currencies and commodities.
Basket.
Right. So we've got the unit as the currency and sort of Project Enbridge as the global system, which would facilitate these transactions. So, you know, John, people look at this and they say, okay, that's fantastic. It's very exciting. But, you know, why would this work? And they bring up the issue that, you know, the bigger the BRICS gets, the harder it is to get consensus. We've seen the BRICS expand to the BRICS Plus. Other countries are apparently trying to get into this. Does it make it harder to come up with...
So I would love to listen to everything that he has to say, and you can go back and look at it. but he talks about weaponizing U.S. debt and all of that type of stuff. So now I'm going to click back out and look. They're talking about gold back. Now I want you to also understand that this guy that I just was on, this is Andy Schekman. Andy Schekman goes on Kitco all the time. So they both kind of are whatever. And if you noticed, I was looking at body language. If you notice, Kitco shut him down respectfully and said, not that he was wrong. I want you to understand. But she was politely saying, don't forget the non-disclosure agreements without saying it. Because if you watch her body language, she said, and the U.S.'s response, meaning, don't F up and say anything crazy. I know you're excited and we're almost there, but don't F up and say anything crazy because this is still being aired. Okay? And although you would like to give the most amount of information, I don't need you to F up. His eyebrows rose up like crazy, and whenever that happened, and so did his, almost like, there could be a phone call. You never know. Okay, so you just saw where they said Enbridge, and I thought Andy Schekman was him. They are two different people, and now, like, looking at them, I can tell that they're two different people. So forgive me for not paying attention to faces very well. But this says Saudi Arabia joins Project Enbridge. Okay, Saudi Arabia joins Project Enbridge. Project Enbridge, as we can see, is a unit trade currency system that the BRICS are talking about, which means Saudi Arabia also joins the BRICS, which also means that having your money in gold is so very important right now. It's not even funny. So if you get gold backs, I don't care. If you do GlitPay, I don't care. If you go buy a gold watch from a thrift store, I don't care. Okay, I'm just telling you to accumulate gold. In however means you possibly can. If you do it on the blockchain, through the unit currency system, if we go to the unit currency system of what it's stating, and I'm trying to make sure that this is actually it myself, but this is the unit currency system, and as you can see, it's 0.001 universal currency about it. Unit currency, and it goes into this. I submitted some stuff, and I'm going to actually go back, and I don't know if I have access to that website immediately, because this is the foundation. This is the portion of that part. As you can see, it's the white paper. I love the white paper. Absolutely love white papers. But outside of just the white paper, I also think it's important to have access to, let's see, the reserve basket, right? Reserve asset basket. I don't know if it's going to pull it up this way like I want it to. However, what does it say on here then? Inside the white paper. I don't know where those. That's where I'm kind of getting hung up at. Sorry, guys. Unit basket composition. Maybe it's under here. Basket rebalancing. The non-gold part of the basket is what it states right here. And it talks about minting, which means that they're mining gold and then minting it onto blockchain as well. Incentives, inclusion, and then as you can see, this is what I meant by a white paper. Is also, you see all these different names, it's also scholarly article, and these are all the different articles that back it. And you see Brenton Woods down here. They wouldn't put it up there if it didn't mean anything. Okay. And this is what the Saudi Arabia, all of them are looking at this, okay? It's huge. I don't know about reserve protocol, but I definitely am getting ready to learn. So I'm going to take a little screenshot about that. And then I am going to... I can't find the other portion. I have my little print off portion. Maybe I can find it through there. I may ask, it says unit.network. Let's type in that up here. Unit.network. Oh, unitembassy.network. So here it is, mission challenge, and it's talking about the ecosystem unit token right here, which is what it was talking about. It's talking about the embassy, DAOs, which deals with crypto, reserve, and blockchain. This is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, unit. Fixed total supply, meaning that there will only ever be a certain number of tokens that exist. Bond staking platform revenue. Exchange fee 2% every exchange transaction within the unit network. Huge, and since this deals with government, huge again. And bridge core tokens, reserve assets, stable coins, industry coins, city coins, unit token, and then what are the reserve assets? Everyone's saying Bitcoin's going down, it's never coming back up, blah 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 blah, all this other blah bull 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 and bull. Okay, so Bitcoin is the reserve commodity for the BRICS nation on top of gold. So it's gold and it's Bitcoin. It's Ethereum and it's Bitcoin. Ethereum may not go up as much as what's been stated, but it's still there. Polkadot or DOT and Bitcoin. Solana and Bitcoin. Polygon or Matic and Bitcoin. Why in the world did Warren Buffett buy into Polygon or Matic? Because it's a part of the United currencies, United whatever currencies that we just looked at earlier. My brain's all wonky, so forgive me. Binance and Bitcoin, Cardano and Bitcoin, Algorand Bitcoin, Avalanche Bitcoin, Near Protocol Bitcoin, Stellar Bitcoin, Cosmos Bitcoin. You want to know which cryptos are getting ready to stay around? Look nowhere other than this website, because they're literally telling you which ones are going to stay. Then what I would suggest doing on top of doing this would be to look at the underlying assets for those currencies. XTC's underlying currencies are XRP, underlying currencies are XLM's underlying currencies are XDC, XLM, XRP, all of those blah 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 blah. XDC, XRP, XLM. Yeah. Anyways, so the underlying currencies is what I would look for. As you see, it said XLM on there, but it didn't have the other ones because they do not put all of their money in, or all of their eggs in one basket. They have they have a basket of reserve currencies. That is one basket. But they're not going to put all of their money in one basket. So those are all the currencies in that one basket, and they're extremely important, and they're going to stay around. So if you want to know what assets to put your money in today, and you don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to be here tomorrow, go back to that basket, because all of those currencies are inside of that basket. But like I said, they're not going to put it all in the same basket. That's why you did not see XLM up there. That's why you didn't see XRP up there. Okay? That's why you did not see other currencies up there. Okay? So don't get like, oh my God, well, all the currencies weren't up there. That's the reserve for that. So you know that it's going to stick around, okay? They're not getting ready to make that drop. Did you see what the price tag for that currency is right now? 0.001201. The moment that I figure out how to access it and get a hold of it, I am going to show you guys on YouTube. Just hang on and hold on with me, okay? I know I'm pretty sure there's a DEX for it too. Somewhere, some way, somehow. So, YoBit is a way to access it. I haven't figured out how to do all of that just quite yet, because I'm learning this, okay? So, hang tight. But I am going to show a few other things. This Saffron Finance and this Deef Finance are part of the basket reserved for the United States only. The unit currency is for every country. Okay? Whew, this is a lot. So, yes, I'm going to take the social good money that I just got, pension-wise, and put it into other assets because I know, okay? P Gold holds what currencies that are listed in the reserve for... Let's go back and look at the reserve. It says Algorand. You see Algorand right here? Yes, it's circulate. Yes, Algorand. We see you. And come over here. You see Polkadot. You see that one? Oh, so beautiful. Polkadot. Okay. So you see both of these? They're a part of the what? Unit token economy reserve assets. Part of their treasury. Okay? Now the smaller baby treasury, which, yes, I owned a little bit of, is what? Okay, P Gold. P Gold is donated money. What does that mean? It is the nonprofit foundation. It is the trust that money was put into. Okay? What is P Gold's premier reserve digital commodity for Polkadot? Polkadot has to be withheld and uphold, like it has to stay stable enough to hold the unit currency on top of it. It is the infrastructure. Think of a brick or something that's holding it up. Think of two bricks, or you're building a house, right? You need bricks or wood or whatever to hold up the rest of the house. It's a part of that, okay? And Polkadot, that's why it mentions Bitcoin inside of here. But it talks about it's the Bitcoin, and it says, so it's not all just Polkadot and the treasury. They have Algorand and Polkadot, Algorand and Polkadot. And so it's a win-win for Algorand and Polkadot because they're both inside of the treasury. It says with P Gold, even the early adopters and creators will have to go to an exchange and buy their P Gold in the same process as the public. They refused to airdrop this token. Why? Because it's holding up the United currency, which is a new reserve currency, bruh. Okay? I'm trying to get it through to you people. This only has 10 million. There's only 10 million Polkadot that exists. So which one's better? Owning this one or owning Polkadot? Well, if you own this one right here, you own both Polkadot and you own Algorand. Regardless, it is the reserve. It is what's upholding these two tokens, which are also in the same basket of the United currency. I did not know this beforehand, before 2024. I know it now. So you can only imagine, okay? This right here is legit. It's being talked about on Kitco. And then the Saudi Arabia has joined Project Enbridge. Let's just hear what this guy has to say.
Called the
I
Lord
love
Momentum,
him.
which is a
I love
Game's
both of
over
these
nearly,
two.
and
Right
either
here.
you see it for what it is or you
Okay.
don't. And that's why I really do believe if you are not a contrarian, you're bound to be a victim if this breaks. Yeah, we're getting closer
Not
than
if,
we've
but
ever
when
seen.
it
In
breaks.
my opinion, in my career, never been this close.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another
And
episode
CEO and
of the
owner
Black
of
Swan
Miles
Capitalist YouTube
Franklin.
channel.
I'm going to pause real quick. He's talking to the CEO of Miles Franklin Precious Metals, Andy. Okay. Who else talks crazy about him? Robert Kiyosaki.
Once again, we are pleased to have our dear friend and guest, Andy Schectman, here with us today. For those that don't know, Andy is the CEO and owner of Miles Franklin Precious Metals. Andy, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Rasan, it's great to be back with you, brother. Thanks for having me. I've been following you're doing.
What are they talking about? Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, Andy. It means so much coming from you.
5 minutes into it,
And,
they literally, I was supposed to pause that side.
There's a lot to talk.
5 minutes into, they talk about the petrodollar right here, and 1 minute into it, Biden administration, and then 5 minutes into, they talking about Bretton Woods and Saudi Arabia. Maybe it wasn't 5 minutes into it. Maybe I was just like looked at the number wrong over there. Sorry, it was just in front of the screen, but yeah, I messed it up, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me see if I can find it again. See, OPEC is talked about, which is the petrodollar. Here it is. 5 minutes and 39 seconds into Bretton Woods. Right there. And how gold used to be $35 an ounce. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to stop this video because, like, I've put so much information out there. It's not even funny, y'all.